Have you been wondering what it's like to live in Buckeye, Arizona? Well, today I'm doing a driving tour of the area. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and keep on watching. Welcome back to Phoenix Living. I'm Nicole Baker. Today we are going over exactly that, but before we get started, you know the drill. I have to let you guys know I'm a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state. So if you've been thinking about relocating to the Buckeye area and you need more information, go ahead and reach out. My number and email are popping up. I would love to assist you guys. If you're not quite ready to reach out yet, that is no problem. Just go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be posting videos every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. all about the Phoenix metro area and its suburbs, especially Buckeye. I have lots of videos about Buckeye already, so once you're done with this one, go ahead and check those out. But let's get started in today's video. All right, guys, getting right into Buckeye and kind of checking out the different areas that we have here. We'll start off with exactly where in Buckeye. If you guys have seen my other Buckeye videos, you know that Buckeye can be pretty spread out overall. We are on the south side of the I-10, which is going to be your primary area. When you think of Buckeye, this is where you will be thinking of. So keep that in mind. It is very, very popular to live here right now. It's one of the most affordable places to live in the West Valley. And actually, I mean, the East Valley is more expensive usually. There's a couple places that I've mentioned before, like Maricopa, and maybe Santan, that are either similar pricing, I would say, overall, but we're talking about the West Valley today. So some of the spots are going to be right off this main shopping center, which is literally right off the I-10. They have like this little home store. Never been there before, but it kind of looks like, I don't know, like a Burlington coat factory kind of vibe in there, just like, you know, Ross or something like that. PetSmart, they have State Farm, Robex, Cold Stone. This whole little strip right here that I'm going to be passing in just a second is a lot. It's empty for the most part still. So they will continue to build this area out, and every single day it seems like they're building something new in the Buckeye area. So that's really cool. It's only going to help values in this neighborhood and area overall, which is something that I really like. Lady was literally about to hit me, guys. Like, the things that you guys get to see in my videos, right? It's like people not paying attention. Carl's Jr. is another spot right here. Also, if you have a Tesla, there's a Tesla supercharger. If that's important to you, most people that have Teslas probably have their Tesla at their, like, the charger at their house, but just in case. On the other side, we're not going to go over there right now because it's mostly just like, you know, doctor's offices and stuff like that. But you have a big gas station, McDonald's, Discount Tire, Breakmaster, Firehouse Subs. That's it for the most part right there. We're gonna kind of drive more on this right-hand side today. Like I mentioned, I have other videos about Buckeye, and you guys can look at those. I do have like a map tour. I'm trying to do those on like all the major suburbs, and that way it helps a little bit more when it comes to like watching these videos and understanding where everything is. We also have a Lowe's over here. We have Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel was one of my favorite like spots to go for my birthday. That was kind of my main spot that I would go every single year. Comment down below what your main spot was. I'll tell you if they have it here. KFC, we got a Lowe's on the right hand side. We got a Peter Piper Pizza. People still go there? I don't know. I'm not a kid and I don't have kids, so I don't know if that's like a popular place to go anymore. Right over here now, heading into this kind of like next little section, is going to be Walmart. Walmart is going to be one of the main grocery stores here in Buckeye. There's a couple other spots. They do have a Fry's, which is kind of like King Soopers, depending on where you're coming from. So that's a really good spot, and one of the more popular spots are these two, especially if you live in this main portion of Buckeye. Chipotle, Wingstop, QT as the gas station, Dollar Tree. What else is over here? And yeah, like I said, they're literally building something new every single week, it seems like, or every single day, which is really nice because the more the merrier. If you're looking for a small town, Buckeye's definitely not that. There are places that are considered Buckeye that might be a better option for you if you don't mind a 15-minute drive down to this area for like your main grocery store stuff and whatnot. But just keep that in mind while you're looking. There are, you know, it's called Tartasso. That's a little bit more west, and you're going to be a little bit cheaper too, which is something that I really enjoy about that area, because it does make it a little bit more affordable for people. Especially if you, like I said, you don't mind that little bit of an extra drive, and that is a huge subdivision. They just don't really have much out there yet. And I'm sure since it is a master plan community, they will eventually be getting more stores and things like that out there, but not quite yet. They just got schools, playgrounds. If you guys want me to do a tour of Tartasso, I can definitely do that. Yeah, anything that you guys have suggestions on where to be, you know, doing videos on, I would love to know, so that way I can continue to make content that you guys enjoy. Right here is the Walmart. As you can tell, it's a very, very popular grocery store here. Because you only have a few, you know, main grocery stores, you want to keep that in mind, because they're gonna obviously be a little bit more congested than, like, say, some of the stores in Goodyear, because they have more of the stores, right? So now, actually, my best friend, she lives in this area, and she was, you know, saying how busy the Fry's was and how busy the Walmart is all the time. But now, since then, they've actually opened up a new Fry's in the north side of the I-10, which is considered Buckeye / Verrado. I have a video about that too, if you guys want to check that out. But they have their own Fry's. They have a Bash's up there, which is maybe like a 10-minute drive from here. And then they also have a Costco. Costco just opened. It is going to be hectic if you don't want to deal with, I mean, Costco's already hectic, but it's like, you know, one of the only spots in this area. So it's going to be extra hectic when it comes to shopping and whatnot. So keep that in mind. If you already hate Costco, you might hate it even more after going to this location. But we have a couple more stores over here that we're gonna check out. Got Taco Bell, we got AutoZone, in case I didn't already say that, a couple hotels over here, Pizza Hut, and the next little shopping center over is where the Fry's is. We're not gonna go in there today. It's pretty much just the Fry's and some couple other little stores. But my point about showing you guys all of this is to show you kind of what you would be using on a daily basis that's close to the house, because that's important, right? You have basically everything that you would possibly need in this vicinity, right? So you got Walgreens, you got, you know, 10 minutes away towards Goodyear, you have even more shopping. You have a Super Target, you got Salad and Go, you got a lot of different spots that you can be going to, which is really, really convenient. And really the best part about Buckeye is the pricing. You just can't beat it unless you want to live in maybe like a little bit of an older area or something along those lines. I'm going to bring you guys now to a new home community that's just maybe 5 minutes away from here, so you guys can see what those look like and get an idea for the actual neighborhoods. All right, guys, we're now pulling up to this new home community. I just wanted to also show you guys one of the high schools here, one of the major high schools in this area. It is Yonkers High School. Again, I can't tell you guys what schools are good, what schools are bad. Pretty please do your research on that. If you guys look in the description, there should be links for schools and like school information and stuff like that. If that is important to you guys, just check that out. And then check out the different districts and things like that it looks like school has started here. So it is pretty busy in this corner. If your kids do walk to school or anything like that, it might be nice to be like pretty conveniently located to a high school. This community right up here, like I said, is going to be in new homes. Most of it has been built out at this point. They do still have homes available over here. My client actually just closed last week in this neighborhood, and I'll give you guys a little bit of information on what she was able to get so you guys can kind of know moving forward, like pricing in Buckeye, right? So you can definitely find housing that is going to be more affordable for this or than this, but she was able to get a home that was about 2,300 square feet, 5 bedrooms for $409,990 or something along those lines. So we'll just say $410, right? That's a pretty good deal, I would say. And she was also able to secure a 4.99% interest rate, which was about 2 percentage points lower than what she had originally been quoted. So really she was able to save about $600 a month on her car payment. I'm thinking about a car, on her house payment, just based off of that interest rate, which is really crazy. These are D.R. Horton homes. D.R. Horton is known to make a more affordable product. You cannot change a bunch of things about these type of homes, and they do that because it really does keep the cost down, right? But they're really cute, brand new, and they aren't like cheap on the inside by any means. They have really pretty espresso brown cabinets. They have granite countertops, nice tile, carpet in the bedrooms. Like her whole house was tile besides the bedrooms, which is crazy because usually they're gonna at least put, you know, some tile in the living space, but nope, it was all tile, and not even like the small little dinky tiles. It was nice tile in there, which is really cool. Yeah, it was a gorgeous home. So for what she's paying monthly, it's a super smoking deal compared to, you know, buying another house outside of this community. So that's why what really drew her to it. There's other communities right across the street. There are brand new homes too, a little bit more expensive, but maybe a different, like they're not all gonna look the same on the inside. These homes really do keep a very specific inside look because again, it keeps the cost down. So it's kind of like a toss-up whether or not you would really want something like that. I've sold lots of D.R. Horton homes, and they're great because they're affordable, and that's why a lot of people want to move to Buckeye, is because they want affordability. These are great first-time homes. There are new builds, like I said, that are going to be a little bit cheaper too, if that's something that you're looking for. I've seen homes that are, you know, significantly smaller, but you know, smaller isn't always bad because some people don't need a massive house, right? So if you guys are looking for something that is maybe 1,200 square feet, you would probably be able to get something a little bit under $350, which is just crazy that these prices even exist still, because if you ask anyone else in any other state, it's going to be hard to find something like that. And then also there's always a caveat, right? So for example, upstate New York, if you were going to move there, you might be able to find a way bigger house for way cheaper, but you have to keep in mind your property taxes. So property taxes in upstate New York are going to be like $6,000 versus in the Phoenix metro area, depending on where you are exactly, of course, you're only going to be seeing $1,000, maybe $2,000. I mean, there's a lot of variables, so don't take my word for it necessarily. It's all quoted within your payment. But my house, for example, it's located in Avondale, like basically Goodyear, and my property taxes for last year were a little bit over $1,000, which is just insane because, like I said, people are paying $6,000 for property taxes. I don't know if I had said insurance before, but property taxes. It's crazy, the difference, and it all goes onto your payment. So $6,000 divided by 12 is definitely going to be way more than $1,000 divided by 12, and I would rather pay towards my house than property taxes because that's not going towards your home. So anyways, all of these things to keep in mind. We're gonna head over to a little bit of an older community to show you guys that. There's, like I said, tons of different style homes here. Whether you want, you know, a very much a starter home, they have that. Whether you want a custom home on land, they have that. Whether you want, you know, a little bit of an older home, with, you know, a nicer inside or something like that, they have those too. It is really a great place to start, especially if you're looking to just, you know, move to Arizona. You haven't really explored a lot of the areas. This is a great spot because you can get something that's a little bit more affordable, which is always good whenever you're moving to a new area. But let's head over to the next neighborhood. All right, guys, we are just one neighborhood up, and these homes are going to be a little bit older, but that's not a bad deal, right? So keep that in mind. If you guys are looking for homes, like, there's no bad, like, good or bad when it comes to looking, just making sure that you're finding something in your price point. I'm a huge lover of new homes. My own personal home is not new. I didn't buy a new build, so like there's going to be caveats to both. Something that I've heard before is like, oh, people are saying like don't get new homes, they could have their problems. I would tell you guys, this is like, every home is going to have their problems, whether you're buying new or old. I would say newer homes, in my personal opinion, have a likelihood of having less problems, especially if you do it right and you get, you know, an outside inspector and things like that. You just have to do it right, like I said. So don't quite worry whether or not new or old. I would say, are you looking for character in a home? Maybe you would want an older home and not necessarily a tract home, which is going to be like something like this neighborhood. Maybe you'll want to consider looking in Old Litchfield Park, where they're going to be, you know, really old homes that have, you know, not this, I say cookie cutter, but I don't want you guys to be like thinking that I'm thinking negatively about these homes. My house is very much cookie cutter. And some people love that. I don't mind it at all. I like it, right? So anyways, off on a tangent, right? These homes are going to be priced around the same amount as those other ones. It's really just maybe like a little bit cheaper, just dependent on the floor plan. You have some pretty large 2 stories in this neighborhood, so that's really cool. I would say you're probably starting around $375. You might be able to find an older, smaller home for $350, dependent, and you might be able to get something a little bit bigger based off of these homes compared to a newer home, if that makes sense. So like, say you were gonna look at homes, new builds, right? That, like I said, you could probably get something for 1,200 square feet for around we'll say $340, right? You might be able to get something for $350 at 1,500 square feet. Would that be worth it? We gotta weigh your pros and cons, and that's kind of the things that we go over in the Zoom videos that I do with you guys, because having a plan is super, super important. I don't want you guys to just be left wondering like what this process looks like. Am I going to be able to find a home? Like, the reason why I make these videos is to help you guys throughout the whole situation and make sure you guys are prepared for when you do move here, if you ever move here, right? I'm not, the Zoom is free, so you guys don't have to worry about that. My services are free, so you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure that you guys reach out so then I can guide you guys through the process, whether that be you want to move here by the end of the call or you don't want to move here by the end of the call. I'm very honest, as you can tell from my videos. That's what some of you guys say, that you liked my videos and you reached out because I seemed very honest, and I would say that is very true. I've always been told I'm quite blunt and honest. But when you're moving to a state you've never been to before, I think you would rather have someone who's going to tell it how it is versus not, because that would suck if you moved here and you hated it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and drive around a little bit more in this neighborhood and check it out. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, pretty please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out my channel and it gets it pushed out to more people just like you looking to relocate. If you're wanting more information, again, my number and email are popping up. I would love to assist you guys in anything that you would need. And subscribe. I post videos every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. And until next time guys, I'll see you later. Bye.